Welcome everyone and thank you for joining. Today I will be presenting on loss accounting for property and casualty insurers, focusing on definition, accounting framework, reserve components, and the overall business impact. I will be approaching this topic primarily from an accounting and controllership perspective rather than a deep actuarial modeling perspective. A quick background on myself. I am a CPA in New Jersey with over 15 years of experience in insurance controllership and regulatory reporting environments. I've supported multi-billion-dollar claims portfolios owning the full controllership and financial operations of insurance products. I hold a MBA from Rutgers University, a bachelor's in accounting from William Patterson University, and a associate designation in insurance accounting and finance from the institutes. To begin, loss reserves represent the estimated liability for claims that have been incurred but not yet paid. This includes both reported claims as well as IBNR, claims that have been incurred but not have yet been reported to the insurer. Conceptually, loss reserves reflect the insurer's obligation to policyholders and typically represent the largest liability on a property and casualty insurer's balance sheet. From an accounting perspective, loss reserves arise from the transition between economic obligation and liability recognition. Under the matching principle, claim expense is recognized in the period in which the insured risk occurs, aligning losses with earned premium. Accrual accounting requires that obligations be recorded when incurred rather than when paid, and because claim settlement often occurs over extended periods, reserves represent the present liability associated with future claim payments. Loss reserves have implications across multiple dimensions of insurer performance. Financially, they are typically the largest liability and directly influence earnings and equity through reserve re-estimation. Operationally, reserve levels inform pricing strategy, capital adequacy, and profitability analysis. From a regulatory standpoint, reserves are central to solvency monitoring and statutory reporting. Loss reserves consist of components with varying degrees of certainty. Case reserves represent known reported claims and are generally based on adjuster estimates. Bulk, or IBNER, reserves capture development on known claims where ultimate settlement is uncertain. Finally, IBNR represents claims that have been incurred but are not yet reported and therefore rely primarily on actuarial modeling and historical development patterns. Bulk IBNER reserve is often combined with case reserve or IBNR and will vary by insurer. In addition to indemnity payments captured within loss reserves, insurers incur expenses to investigate and settle claims. These loss adjustment expenses include adjuster, legal, and claim handling costs. Allocated LAE refers to claim-specific costs, while unallocated LAE represents broader claims handling overhead. In practice, loss and loss adjustment expense LAE reserves are often presented together within financial reporting. Beyond initial recognition, loss reserves require ongoing analytics, monitoring, and governance. From a financial reporting perspective, prior year reserve development can significantly affect earnings, and reserves remain a dominant balance sheet liability. Finance teams perform reserve roll forwards, evaluate development trends, and reconcile booked balances to actuarial indications. Strong governance is also essential, including collaboration between actuarial and finance, formal reserve committee oversight, and internal control and audit processes. Ultimately, loss reserve represents one of the most judgmental and financially significant estimates within an insurer, requiring robust analytics and governance to support accurate reporting and sound business decision making. Finally, I've included a reference from the Institutes for additional background on insurer accounting management. So that is all for this presentation. Thank you for taking time to meet with me, and have a great day.